Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Welcome to the Black Lincoln Collective podcast.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'll make it pop.
With your host, Parker. Featuring the sultry sounds of Fred and also Alan on the board.
Let's go already!
And now, let's start the damn show.
Bitch. Bitch.
Welcome, one and all, to the 117th edition of the Black Lincoln Collective, the official podcast of Rexall Jock Itch since 1903. We're so glad you joined us, and we do appreciate your support so very, very much. You can keep up with us at blcpodcast.com, and please drop us a like or follow on X, Facebook, Instagram, and our TikTok. Please rate us on your favorite podcast platform and tell your friends. And now it's the itch that I just can't scratch.
No.
It's Fred.
Oh, you can scratch me, man. I ain't gonna tell
Every time
nobody.
I try to scratch you, you recoil in horror.
I ain't gonna tell nobody.
You don't have to.
And as always, the guy that I like to call Uncle Scratchy.
My ball.
It's Alan on the board.
Yeah, it's me.
There he is. Well, welcome, everybody. Remember, it is November. It's the middle of November. We're just weeks away from Thanksgiving. I'm so excited. I think I'm going to prank some of my family this year on Thanksgiving. I'm considering it. So, Fred, I will give a shout out to these people.
Invite them over and not cook anything.
No, Fred. There's a lot of pranks that I could pull in my life. Not cooking is not
cook
one
Thanksgiving
of them.
dinner for one.
Just for me.
You invite them over.
I'm loving this. You get these 2 sauce packs from last week that we're never going to eat because they're so gross. But no, so Fred, I found a company in our area in Malden, and like I said, I'll give credit where credit is due. Yeah. They are called something, I forgot the name. Like the Bohican Spice Company, by Bohica Pepper Hut. That's what it is.
Bohemia
Pepper Hut. No, not that. It's a white people.
Oh,
it's not Bohemia. Are Bohemian people white? I don't know.
Bohokian.
But so it is a super hot pepper company. They make like their weakest pepper that they make is a very, very hot version of habanero.
Why does everybody want to burn everybody's butthole off, man?
It's white.
Come on.
It's a white person thing. Let's be honest.
Fucking fire asshole. Nobody wants fire asshole.
So speaking of fire asshole, so I got in touch with them and they were like, "Hey, we're just at the end of our season. Like everything with first frost is coming. So we have like a bulk of peppers that we're just like we're giving away essentially. Well, literally essentially. So I was like, cool. I'll take some. Right?
Yeah.
And so I got the peppers, and hold on, we're gonna take a quick break. I know we're only 2 minutes into the show.
Keep going.
We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Keep going.
Well, so Fred, I got the opportunity. I found this super hot pepper company right up the road from me here in Greenville called the Bohica Pepper Hut. And what they do is they specialize, as you know, well, you'll see. They specialize in what they consider to be super spicy peppers, which means that literally the like weakest pepper that they have, the coldest, I guess you would say. I don't think that's the right term, but the coldest pepper they have is like a hot ass habanero. Which, you know, like me, I love a habanero. I love spicy food. I can't help myself. So I contacted them and was like, hey, you know, just kind of trying to learn more about you guys. And they're like, well, it's the end of our season, so we have a bunch of peppers that we're just kind of pretty much giving away. And I was like, cool. Well, I want to buy some of your hot sauce anyway, just so I could try it. And they're like, well, buy a thing of hot sauce we'll give you a bag of peppers. Like,
every hot sauce you buy.
well, because they're like literally, well, they were like, we're good because they mostly sell seeds. They don't usually sell peppers. They harvest the seeds for like just to dry and sell.
Right.
So you can grow your own. Right?
Grow your own. Yeah.
Right. So we get this, but Jack goes with me. We go and we grab this thing of peppers from there, like this lady's front porch, because that's where it was. Like they have a company, but like they don't grow at their house. They just have it like, I guess they have them all at their house, which sounds weird.
Right.
So we go, there's like a bag that's like got my name on it and everything. And then there's like a bag beside it that's like, hey, if you'd like more peppers, get some of these. They're, have at them. So I grab a few more, and keep in mind, I have like 10, maybe not like 50 or anything.
Right. Yeah.
Not that many. So we get back in the car, and I'm like, Jack, look at these things. They're like gnarled. They look like the devil's anus. Like every one of them looks like a different variation of Satan's butthole. And like, because like peppers, the spicier they get, the more like gnarly and like gnarled and like just fucking mean.
Oh yeah, witch fingers.
Right. And so Fred, like we're in this neighborhood, right? So Jack's like, well, Dad, are you gonna eat them?
Oh no.
And I was like, I thought I might try one. And he's like,
all reluctantly.
Well, I was like, I might
try one.
What could I make with them? Like, because I was like, I could make pickles with them. I could make other pepper. Like, I could use a little bit of this pepper with hot chocolate.
Cha-cha.
Oh, hot chocolate. I was like, wait, what?
Cha-cha. That's it.
Chow-chow.
Hot cha-cha. Cha-cha.
Same thing. That's what we call it. We call it chow-chow.
We call it cha-cha.
Right, exactly. Real smooth. So, R.I.P. GJ Casper. But anyway, so like he's like, well, like which one would you try that? I'm like, I don't know, man. They all look like they're really painful. And he's like, I bet you won't eat this one. And he just like pulled one out of the bag, and I was like, oh, won't I? We're still keep in mind we're driving through like a very residential neighborhood, nowhere near anything. And so he's like, yeah, you won't. I was like, watch this. So I grab it, and the pepper's only about like that big, right? So like 2 inches big, maybe 8 inches at least. So, so it's like,
according to my scale,
right? According to me, that's a good 1.5. So I was like, oh yeah. But see, so here's the thing, Brett. I'm stupid.
Yeah,
but I'm not that stupid.
Oh,
I was like, I'm not gonna like eat this whole thing. I'm just gonna bite off like a little bit of it.
Yeah, just the tip,
just a little more. But but so
tip and shaft.
I take a bite, probably like a little
half shaft,
a little bit of shaft,
a little bit of shaft. Not the whole shaft, just a little bit of shaft.
Leave some for the ladies. But so I take a bite, probably like a good solid inch of this pepper, so a little less than half probably, and immediately within seconds, I terrifically regret my decision.
That's it.
So and as soon as my lips started swelling up, which is immediately what happened, and my mouth, like I only chewed on half of my mouth because again, I'm smart, Fred. So I was like, I'll just do it. If I only chew it on half my mouth, the other half won't be fine. Right, the other half won't even know.
Yeah.
And no, that's not how it works.
Nope.
So like half my mouth is just on fire. Like all of a sudden, my lips started swelling up, my eyes start watering, and Jack's like, Dad, are you okay? And I was like, I'm good. And he's like, you're crying. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
Out of one eye.
Yeah, it was too.
Did you see somebody drop trash on the side of the road?
Yeah, exactly. I was like an Indian. Yeah. It was just dribbling out. That's all I could do. Yeah. And then so I not start panicking, but I'm like, oh my God, I need something to drink.
Yeah.
And I look over because normally I have like a water bottle or something with me. Mm-hmm. Nothing in the car.
Oh, I thought you were about to get the mystery drink challenge.
That would be a great time to use it. No, there's absolutely not a drop
son,
in the
kiss
car.
in my mouth.
And that's what
it was for your dad.
Like, please, Daddy needs it for once. This one's not for fun.
Yeah.
But so I'm like, oh my God. And we're like I said, we're in this neighborhood. We are like, I don't even know. We were probably a mile from a gas station or whatever.
Oh,
but it felt like a fucking 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
Because I'm just so like, it's just intense, like waves of heat. And I'm like, dude, why don't you try it? Which I should have said before.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not gonna try it. I was like, just try it. I was like, just take a little bite.
Yo, you were like, just try it.
Having his mouth.
Try it.
Yeah, I'm like, I just tried
That's
it.
it bad.
Yeah. Like, no, I didn't have a stroke.
He looked like that guy in RoboCop.
Yeah.
With the kid.
Help me.
Like, it's good, son, I swear. But so we're like driving again. We're still driving, and I'm just like the whole time. And like he's like, I'm not gonna try it. And he's like, you know what? I'll lick it. And I was like, no. And he like licked the outside of the pepper, and he's like, oh my God, Dad, it's so hot. And I'm like, so we're like driving through traffic and stuff now because like we've got back to a main road, still nothing around. And so I'm like hauling ass through traffic because I'm like, okay, I gotta find a drink. I gotta get something to drink. And finally we get to the gas station and I get like a milk because I was like, this has gotta go. Like I can't do anything about it. Milk didn't help at all, Fred.
No,
and not even a little bit. Like nothing helped. So that was great. So I was like, well,
since you're on that, I had sort of a similar experience. And I totally forgot about it until you just brought this up. But we went out for Mexican I think it was Saturday. And like I was just in a mood that night and like I wanted to drink, but like, you know, we were going out. So I was like, I'm gonna get me a margarita. I want a big fishbowl margarita, you know.
Sure, fishbowl.
And I was just looking at the menu and I saw a fishbowl margarita and I pointed to the waiter and I told him, yeah, give me that. And he was like, little one, big one? He's like, you want this one? I was like, yeah, that's the one I want. And he brings it back to me and it's like all these green peppers chopped up in it.
Oh, no.
It was a jalapeno margarita.
Ooh.
And I was like, what is this? What the fuck is this shit? My wife was like, you didn't hear him say jalapeno? You want the jalapeno margarita? I was like, no, I didn't hear that at all.
You're speaking a foreign language.
Yeah. Like I said, I was in the mood. I wasn't even paying attention. So, like, I said, fuck it. And I was drinking it anyway.
You already paid for it. Might as well drink it.
Yeah. My son, 10-year-old, he's like, Dad, what's that in your margarita? I was like, it's jalapenos. He's like, let me try one. Watch this. No reaction. And I gave him one, but it was just the outside. Like, it didn't have any seeds on it or anything. And I gave it to him. He put his mouth, that's his thing. No reaction. You know
that's because that's that YouTuber that does the TikTok.
Right, yeah.
Like, we'll get on to him after the story. I'll tell you. I hate that guy.
No reaction.
Yeah.
He's like, give me another one. And I said, okay. So I gave him one with about 8 seeds on it. Like, it's tiny. It's small. You know what I'm saying? And he put that shit in his mouth, and literally a minute later, he's like, like he's freaking running around the restaurant, and there's people in there. He's like, oh my god, it's on fire. And I'm there like, everybody's looking at us. I'm like, oh shit.
You're like, I just gave him a little bit of margarita, guys.
He starts crying, and what does he do?
Oh my god.
Puts his finger to his eye.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So
yeah.
So he said, I said, come on, let's go outside. We got a cup of water, took him outside, and I put my hands in it and tried to wash his eyes out. I mean, for 20 minutes, like, I thought somebody was going to call the police on me. Like, he was like, I was like, what? That was a hell of a reaction there.
Like, no reaction?
That's all the reaction. Yeah.
No, so that guy, like, I don't know his name, and so I can't call him out like at this exact moment.
Right. He don't need the recognition.
Well, he quit doing it. He quit doing those. But he was, my son would show me him all the time, and he's like, look, Dad, he took like a red pepper and put a Taki in it and put some hot sauce on it, and then put some tahini on it. And then he and it's like he gets all close. He's like,
no reaction. No reaction.
And I'm like, dude. Well, I'm like, Jack, those are like the weakest, pussiest things you can like eat. Yeah. Like eating a jalapeno with a Taki stuffed into it is not like you shouldn't have a reaction to that.
With some Frank's Red Hot.
I'm like, dude, come on. Like, they're not real things that he's eating.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, dude, no, he's and I'm like, Jack, you eat Takis all the time.
It's so insane that these kids believe like all that shit, man.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's absolutely ridiculous. But he that guy quit. doing his like quote unquote spice videos now.
Right. Yeah.
And he's like a fashion guy now. So all of it, he like built up his following on TikTok.
Right.
And then immediately, like, or I guess not immediately, but at some point was like, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Now I'm just going to tell you about like my bling and my belts and like my diamond rings and shit.
Yeah,
And seriously, and like totally changed everything.
Because they helped him make all that money.
Right.
So now look what I use all that money. Yeah. I don't have to do this stupid shit no more.
Well, it's the same thing. It's the same. He's like blinging it.
Yeah.
And like, he has like his catchphrase.
No reaction. Yeah.
He's like, blinging this, bro. So yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Yeah, my youngest son was asking about some different YouTubers and stuff, and like, Dad, they do this way, and I'm like, dude, it's all fake. Like, I'm like, the only YouTube channel that's real is us. It's the Black Lincoln Collective YouTube. I'm like, we're real. You know, we don't do anything we're not going to do.
No,
so yeah, follow us at YouTube /at Black Lincoln BLC Podcast. I don't remember.
There you go.
Or Patreon, of course, the BLC World.
So Black Lincoln Collective Podcast.
Or not, or don't, whatever. I don't give a shit. So it doesn't matter. Join our Patreon.
Want that YouTube money?
Yeah, we gotta get that. We gotta get that YouTube money. So, well, Fred. So that story of the spicy pepper brought me back to I went home, we're talking to my wife. I said something about spice, and she brought up the Spice Girls. Do you remember the Spice Girls?
Yeah,
the popular band from the early 90s. I don't remember what they were.
Early 90s.
Yeah, and the movie Spice World, which was their theatrical debut.
All right.
And she was like, I've been looking, and apparently this has been apparently a guarded secret from me for years. She's been looking for the movie Spice World stream, and she couldn't find it anywhere. And she's like, I was going to buy the DVD, and then I was going to do this and that, and I can't find it, and I don't know where to watch it. She's like, all I want in the world is to watch it. And I'm like, do you remember it? And she's like, it was pretty good. And I'm like, I don't think you remember it. No, but okay. So I will find it for you. And she's like, and so of course, again, this is the competitive part of me.
Right.
She's like, you can't find it. I've been looking for years. And I was like, give me 15 minutes. And so she's like, no, there's no way. Like, it's impossible, blah, blah, blah. And like, and like 10 minutes go by, and I'm like, okay, let me, I'm working on it and everything. And she's like, you're not going to find, just give up. There's no chance you're going to. I'm like, listen, I'm this close to owning this movie. Like, for real.
Thanks for the
and I figured out a way to get it. Like, there isn't any digital release. Like, they don't stream it on anything.
Really?
You can't buy it on any digital version. You can't buy a digital version of it. But what you can do is if you use Vudu, which is like video on demand, you can get a copy of the UPC code,
right?
Put it in the app, and they will give you a digital version of it for like $5. So like, because then they as far as the app's concerned, you own the movie,
right? Yeah.
And so what it does is it digitizes movies. It costs like $5 a pop,
right?
So we put it on. And like, I got it. And I was like, oh, watch this, bitch. But
like, this is terrible.
No. And she was like, oh my God. And I was like, she's like, you have to watch this with me. And I was like, I don't know that I can do that. So like, I got it going, and I like put it on her phone, because I was like, here, I'm going to put it on your phone so you can have it. And I don't have to have it anymore. And so we start watching everything. And so she's like, my daughter's in there and everything. So she's like, so which is your, she's like, oh, obviously you know about the Spice Girls. I'm like, yeah, of course. Yeah. And she's like, which was your favorite Spice Girl? And so it made me think, I was like, I wonder, because it was a different time.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't know, do you remember the Spice Girls moniker? So it was like Scary Spice.
Yeah. Baby,
Sporty, Ginger, and Posh, right? Yeah. So she was like, I
was just repeating what you were saying.
Ginger, spicy, pepper spice, and
wasn't there titty spice? I thought it was
lemon pepper. Wasn't there like a garlic salt was one of them?
Szechuan.
Szechuan. Szechuan spice. Come on, you remember?
British
You remember
spice.
coriander? I remember all these. I remember all of them. So, but yeah, so I was like, I said, I always had a crush. I had a crush on Sporty Spice.
Yeah.
Because she was, hey, just a hot
She was sporty.
lady.
Yeah,
right.
It was. They always showed the midriff.
And which one was the African American one?
She wasn't African American. She's British.
African and British.
She's fucking British. Just because she's black.
Which one was the white? Which one was the B?
That was Scary Spice.
Scary Spice. She was always my second favorite.
Yeah. No.
She seemed scary. I was into it.
I think Eddie Murphy had a baby with her.
Really?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he
Wow,
dropped.
good for Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
So which one was you guys? Who was your favorite, Fred? Or favorites?
Yeah, I was always a Scary Spice girl. That I was a Scary Spice girl.
You're always
Like her.
Well,
I don't know.
it was the 90s.
It was a different time, man. Yeah,
The Scary
the
Spice
hair.
was one. Yeah.
Yeah, the hair.
Yeah, the hair. Yeah.
Yeah, the hair
was part
did
of
it for me. Yeah, the hair did it for me.
And their outfits, I think.
Yeah,
I think that's why I
yeah.
like Sporty Spice the most, because she was always like,
Right.
hey, I'm like, I'm gonna get you sports, mate.
I'm going to go play some football.
Oh, so then we're watching this freaking movie, this trash pile of a movie that is Spice World. And I was like, we should do a reaction video to Spice World because you can't find it anywhere.
Hey,
So
nobody else is doing it.
We're not. I'm into it, but I don't think we're gonna do it.
Ginger, she did porn like before.
See, she didn't. She is in my opinion, and now this is just my opinion. No offense to Ginger Spice. That girl was ratchet. Like she was not.
Yeah, she wasn't the
Of
one.
all of them, I was like,
yeah.
she's the one I wanted to like the most.
You're right.
Because redhead and everything.
They put her in like the lead position, like as the leader.
But her
of
face
the
was
Spice.
like busted.
Yeah,
like it
she
was hit by a British hammer a lot.
I remember
Baby too. I didn't like Baby.
What was it was the 2004 Olympics, maybe? When they
I have no idea.
when they got back together, like when they did it in London.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, they did it in London and they came back together for like a reunion, like at the opening ceremonies. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
That was
They told
pretty
us what
huge
we wanted.
in Spice World.
They told us all about what we wanted. Well, yeah, and so the whole movie of the Spice World, which I only got through that's a long movie, and it doesn't seem like it's that long until you're watching it and you're like, so what's the plot of this movie? And there is none. They just ride around in a bus. Yeah, they just ride around in a bus the whole time,
causing havoc and
there wasn't even havoc. They're just they're like, oh, one of our friends is pregnant. And I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do? What is this about? The whole movie.
You gotta understand, teen pregnancy was pretty big back then.
She wasn't a teenager. She was Asian. And her name was Veronica. Yeah, and they're like, when are you gonna have your baby, Veronica? And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, we love you, but I'm gonna go to goo. And but then because of the British thing, they all have different accents because Josh has the proper British. She's like, oh, which dress should I wear tonight? Yeah. And they're like, oh, Bosh, you always pick this one. And she's like, I did always pick that one. And I'm like, that's the funny part of the movie. Okay.
Bad.
But then Sporty Spice has the shit accent. And this is why I'm into her. Because outside of my wife.
That's a cockney.
Outside of my wife, I kind of everybody has a little soft spot for trashy girls. So I say that outside of my wife because my wife is not a trashy lady. But historically speaking,
I understood backwards. I was
no, I'm not. I'm saying what I'm saying very clearly is the woman I've chosen to spend the rest of my life with is not a trashy person.
Yeah.
But Sporty Spice, when she talks, she's like, "Oh, you're going to listen to the song, and you do enjoy Sporty Spice." And I'm like, "Oh,
sound like shit. David Beckham and the cook. What's his name? Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay is much more proper gentleman. So I watched an hour of this hour, and I think it was an hour 31, maybe an hour 40.
Shit.
And and then I realized, so I was like, well, I kept asking, do I need to, can I leave? Can I go do literally anything else?
I gotta go take a shit.
Well, yeah,
That's always my excuse.
I was like, I gotta go kill myself real quick. But no, she was like, so at one point she was like, yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. I thought you were asleep for the last 30 minutes. And I was like, no, I wish I was asleep. I didn't know I could fall asleep. I thought you would be mad at me if I did that. And she's like, I'm surprised you've hung in here this long. And I was like, I've hated every moment of this. If I'm being honest with you, I love you, dear, but I have hated every single second. So I would definitely recommend that you watch it. Is all I can say.
No,
there they are. Well, we're missing one though. We're missing what's
baby.
Her
Baby.
Posh.
Missing baby.
Where's baby at?
Mm.
No, baby's the one.
No, that's Ginger. Yes, Ginger. You're missing.
No, Ginger's the one in the other one.
No,
we're missing Posh.
No, Ginger.
This one.
Which is
Go
Victoria
back to the first one.
Yeah,
go back.
Ginger Spice lost some weight. Good for her.
She did. The porn. That's Ginger in the middle.
Ginger. Yeah.
Really? She did lose some weight.
Yeah.
Man.
Good for her. It's like Sporty put it on for her.
Mel B.
Yeah. She's still banging, man.
Yeah, she still is, man.
Mel B.
Mel B.
They're all
Victoria Beckham's hot too. Like you see David's got a Netflix thing out now.
I heard it. I've never watched it.
I ain't watched it either, but
the only thing I know those are the not Spice Girls.
That's the AI version of the Spice Girls.
Yeah, that's the Food Lion Spice Girls. What's the name of that
Great
Spice?
Value Spice.
Great Value
It's
Spice.
the actual Spice.
That's what was in the movie. They just kept going around in this bus. But inside the bus, so like the outside of the bus, it was like a double-decker bus. Yeah. Inside the bus, it would like opened up into like they each had their own little area. Nobody wore a seatbelt. Yeah. It was a whole fucking thing.
Ice on everything, didn't
they? Everything but their food. They would spice it up, just not the food. But yeah, so I would highly recommend that everyone not watch that movie, possibly if possible. There was some huge stuff though. There were a few pieces.
They were huge back in the day.
They were huge. I can't remember. Like, were they out at the same? Which came first, Britney Spears or Spice Girls? I think Spice Girls, right?
Spice Girls came first. Yeah. So
they
came like 95, 90.
Yeah, 94, 95.
Maybe even 97. Maybe even later. Than
it was like 95 because I remember being an impressionable young man. I'm thinking that Britney Spears girl is really hot. Look at her dancing around. And then I'm like, I gotta take it up.
No.
And disappear to the bathroom.
I gotta take it up.
And disappeared to the bathroom for 45 minutes.
Oops, I Did It Again was released in 2000.
Yeah, but what was the first one that she did?
That was it. Oops, I Did It Again.
Oh shit.
Oops, I Did It as 2000.
Well, I was still an impressionable young man.
So Spice Girls came first.
And then I was like, I gotta take it up. I'll be back in 45 minutes. Don't open the door. Like, whatever you do. And then your mom goes in after.
16.
Well, that was, I was like, I had to wait. See, that's the problem. I knew about her in 98. I'd heard of her in 98. I had to wait till 2000 to do what had to be done. But hey, that was a bullet. That's a bullet I dodged. Hey. So at least I didn't marry Britney Spears. Yeah. Got that going for me.
Oof. You dancing with the knives.
Wow, Fred just pulled out a knife on us.
Yeah, he did. What the fuck?
I keep a knife next to me always, baby.
Just in case. In case the show goes off the rails.
You know, I'm in my garage. I live in the country. I might have to shank a mouse or something, you know?
True.
Oh, yeah.
You want that cat behind you, man.
All I'm saying, if you throw a knife and like shish kebab a mouse, you better like bring the camera over so we can see it. Yeah. I would like to see that very much.
Got him.
He throw the knife and the knife comes back towards him.
Yeah, right. He's like, oh shit.
That's easy. We used to hit swamp rats from 30 yards away.
No problem.
No problem.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with Fred's got a novel new idea that he's going to talk to us about. And then we're going to talk about the true history of Thanksgiving. So we'll be right back with more
after these
messages.
We'll be right
after these paid messages.
The Black Lincoln Collective podcast will return after a word from our sponsors.
Welcome back to the 117th edition of the Black Lincoln Collective Podcast. Fred brought us an interesting idea over the week.
I did.
And we didn't want, it's one of those things, we talked about it on the No New Friends podcast. Check those guys out. They just did their 200th episode, by the way.
Congratulations, No New Friends.
Yeah, right. Good job, guys.
Which are now our new friends.
So, yes.
So look at that. So now they have to.
Sounds like you got to change your name.
we ruined you.
All new friends.
That's right. But yeah, so we like. Damn it! I totally lost my train of thought. We were talking about the month of the 11th month of the year.
11th month of the year.
And so Fred brought up an interesting, different version of time.
Right.
Or something. So explain this to me, Fred, so we can kind of get the.
So, okay. So it's actually an old idea. A man by the name of
Rip Van Winkle.
Moses B. Cotsworth invented.
Of course.
It's gonna sound like somebody named Moses B. Cotsworth.
Right.
He first presented this in 1902.
What a dick.
So it's sometimes called the International Fixed Calendar or the Cotsworth Plan.
I wonder if he was like, when he would meet a lady, he's like, "Do you want to get a Cotsworth?"
As he like adjusted his monocle.
Right.
You know
And,
that guy wears a fucking monocle. You can visually picture this guy in your mind just by his name. You know what I'm saying? So he presented this idea in 1902 where we would change from the traditional 12-month year calendar to a 13th month year calendar.
I hate this.
The benefits of this would be that every month, the calendar broken into 13 months, every month having 28 days, and every first of the month would start on a Sunday.
But
every day of the month would be the same. So the first would always be a Monday or a Sunday, and it would always end on the 28th, a Saturday.
Gotcha.
So, like, they would add a 13th month in between June and July, and they would call it Sol, S-O-L, for the solstice, being like the middle of the summer. This would get rid of the leap year.
Okay. My favorite thing.
Right. It would be divided into exactly 4 weeks. Each month would be divided into 28 days, 28 days, 4 weeks.
I mean, it's not the worst idea. It's just stupid.
It's not. It kind of is. It's kind of good and it's kind of, weird at the same time. And I don't. That was my thing. That's why I had to bring it to you guys, because like,
what's 13 times 4? That's 52.
Yeah. So, but then, okay, so you would also have what they call year day, which would fall.
Nope.
No,
Too much. You're overcomplicating
it
now.
No, it's not. It's year day. So it would fall at the end of the year on the 28th of December.
Okay.
Before January 1st, you would have a day that would not fall in a month.
So there's one day.
It's one day.
I hate that.
Sometimes it's 2 days.
Wait, time out.
Sometimes it's 2 days a year.
Yeah, but it would be January then.
No,
it's nothing.
It's nothing day. It's like it's year day.
If you die on year day,
it's a free day. Who complains about a free day?
What if you die on year? And they'll be like, "When did he die?" They'll be like, "Oh,
He died on year day.
I don't know. Year day one or year day two?
Yeah, which year was it? It was in between.
What if you buy like a car on year day? It's like your next payment's on.
Next year day. Yeah.
Got it. Nailed him. Got him. Well,
another bad thing about it too is your birthday would always fall on the same day.
Yeah, but see, I do kind of like that at the same time. Like, it's not I don't like it, but I do like the theory of it.
Unless it's
right.
Unless I like Tuesday and it's Tuesday.
Right.
Tuesday, yeah. I said that would make like a new kind of racism. They'd be like, "Fuck all you Tuesday birthday."
Yeah, that would be the racism. That's right. Fuck the Tuesday guys.
Fuck the Tuesday motherfuckers.
Trying to be all sexy and stuff.
Saturday birthday having ass motherfucker.
Oh, dude, no, that wouldn't make me mad.
Yeah. Motherfuckers have their birthday on Saturday every year.
That would
and I can't get one Saturday.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the Cosworth.
I mean, I wonder how that would work in the for the work week and stuff. You know,
I mean,
the week would be the week. You just wouldn't.
Yeah, the week
you
would be
wouldn't work
the
on a
week.
year.
No, because since they're adding another month, that means they got to pay. You
get paid.
It's still 52 weeks.
Right.
It's still 52 weeks.
Yeah, but the holidays and shit wouldn't be the same.
Well, no, the holidays would be the same. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. We wouldn't have Halloween anymore because it's celebrated on the 31st.
Yep. So you'd have to celebrate it on the 3rd of November
or the 28th
of October.
No Halloween. That's about it.
Thanksgiving would be on the same day every year. That would be nice.
Which was still on the same day every year.
Every year.
Well, no, but I mean the same date though too. That's the thing is like you would know if you were born on October 8th or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Were, except for me. Then you would be like, oh well, that was a Wednesday because it's a Wednesday every year. You know what I'm saying? Like since the days don't change. You would know
23rd of November every year.
Well, you would know every first. Yeah, so every first of November of every month, like you said, would be Sunday.
Matt, is it your birthday?
Not today. This is November.
This is November.
My dad's birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday, Dad. Thanks for nothing. So, I did call him and tell him. No, I didn't tell him the second.
Yeah, you really made me think this month was October when you said
that.
I was like, what?
I was just using that as an example because that's the only birthday that's important.
He's like, so who else did we go to last week?
Right. Exactly. Where was my party?
Nobody showed up.
Probably had a party without me. Fred probably threw a party at his house. I was like, well, Matt didn't show up. So it's fine. I get it. Well, so why did it not work? Is my question. Were people?
Well, it's just
did Big Calendar stop him from doing
I believe it was Big Calendar. Yeah, I mean, it was just the idea that the guy put forth, but it was just never adopted. I mean, 1902. He's probably on a
Will Stone. On opium. Yeah,
it was an opium.
It's probably right.
He thought it up in an opium. Did
I have a great idea? I have a great idea, Governor.
366.
Snort some opium off my cocks.
Yeah.
Off my Coxworth.
Can I get a Coxworth of opium?
And he's like, while you're down there, let me tell you about the 13th year.
Not again, Coxworth. Not again.
Oh, Coxworth.
He's just going around spreading.
Just giving people their
Coxworth.
Okay. Didn't that?
Okay, so there was another thing that was like really confusing. It says leap years in the international fixed calendar contain 366 days.
Sure.
And its occurrence follows the Gregorian rule. There's a leap year in every year whose number is divisible by 4. But not if the year number is divided by 100, divisible by 100. Unless it's also divisible by 400. So although the year 2000 was a leap year, the year 1700, the year 1800, and the year 1900 were common years.
Sure. Is there a difference between common? Okay.
Yeah, because you have common years, which are
just years.
Every years there aren't leap.
Sure.
Okay, so
who gives
I don't know where this is. I felt like this was going somewhere and it's not.
Well, no, I just thought it was like interesting that it wouldn't be. I don't know. It's confusing. So that's probably why they wouldn't.
Let's spend 4 minutes talking about years, guys. Can't wait.
But
it's taking me a year.
If they had a vote for the 13-month calendar, would you vote for it?
I would vote. Oh, here, let me do the hand. Fuck you, 13 months.
See, that's
Unless
why
they named it something cool, like Deathvember.
December.
Yeah, I'd be like, all right, like, how are we celebrating Deathvember this year, guys?
Totality.
Yeah, Universe-Vember. Fuck not November.
Fuck yeah.
Trump might do it.
Fuck
Trump
off.
will be like, we're naming it Trumptober.
Trumptober.
What are they doing? Trump impersonation.
Here's some steaks.
Yeah. Enjoy my steaks. That's when everybody
like
graduates from Trump
stars.
University is in Trumptober.
Yeah.
That's when the year starts and ends.
It runs from Trumptober to Trumptober. The greatest month ever.
Greatest
month ever.
It's the biggest month.
It's the longest month. It has 46 days. You're like, every month has 28 days now. Like, no. That's not how it works. Year day is just Trump day.
We're gonna change it. Every month has 2 weeks. Trumptober has 52 weeks in it.
Year day is now Trumptober day.
That's how we're doing it.
Well, Fred, I'm glad that they didn't do away with our good old 12-month calendar. Yeah. And the reason I'm glad is specifically because of Thanksgiving. Because it's on Thursday, Fred, and I like it on Thursday, but I like not knowing ever what date it's actually going to be. That's kind of my favorite part. Just like Easter, same thing. I love Easter because they're like, when's Easter? I'm like, I have no fucking clue.
I have no idea.
Because sometimes Easter's in April, sometimes it's in May. Yeah, Easter's you never know. March, man. It could be any time. It could be Easter right now.
It could be.
If I turn around and the bunny rabbit hops in the screen, it'd be fucking Easter right at this very minute. Something just happened.
What was that movie with the rabbit?
Donnie Darko?
Yeah, Donnie Darko. It's the Donnie Darko.
With the gloob, like the glob coming out of the people's stomachs. Yeah. That's going to be me at Thanksgiving, going back for more pie. They're like, we could see his future, and it just kept going toward the pie. But Fred, as much as we love to celebrate the great holiday, my favorite holiday, well, up to now, my favorite holiday, which is Thanksgiving. But I'm about to read something because I was like, I gotta learn more about this Thanksgiving. Last week we talked about the Mayflower too. Yeah. And so this week I was like, let me see if there's like a dark side of Thanksgiving that they don't talk to us about. Right. And Fred, you'll never believe it.
Try me.
Turns out there might be a dark side. So let me read you a little something written by our friends at potawatomi.org, which is, go figure, because I was like, if I'm looking, if I'm going for Thanksgiving news,
the truth,
the truth about Thanksgiving, who would have the inside dirt?
The Native Americans.
It's the Indians. That's right.
No. Native Americans.
Native Americans.
Twice tonight, man.
I didn't say Indians twice. Did I say Indians?
No, you called a British woman an African American.
Well, that's okay.
No, it's not.
How is
that not okay?
She's not African American.
I call you a German immigrant. She's a British woman. She's British.
You call me a German immigrant. My arms just go straight up to the sky, and you're not going to like it, and then we're going to get canceled. You're like, you're German. And it was like, my hand was like, oh.
High five.
Not exactly. No. Close. Hi. Yeah. Okay. Hi something. Let's just say that. So anyway, Fred. So according to our friends, the Native Americans.
Yes.
Of the Potawatomi tribe.
There you go.
They told me, because I talked to their leader, which is Sitting Guy. Great name for an Indian leader. Sitting Guy.
Sitting Guy?
They just sit. No legs. Indian leader with no legs. Sitting Guy. So the formation, and this is off their website, potawatomi.org. The formation of Thanksgiving as an official United States holiday did not begin until November of, would anyone like to guess what year it is?
1887.
35.
No, both of you are incorrect. 1863. During the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln officially established the holiday as a way to improve relations between the northern and southern states, as well as the U.S. and tribal nations. Really? Because there's nothing that people who are massacred want more than a holiday. They're like, well, let's be friends again.
Yeah, let's just eat. He was like, he got the right idea. He's like,
their food. That's right.
Well, guess what? So tribal nations, just a year prior, a mass execution took place of the Dakota tribal members. Corrupt federal agents kept the Dakota Sioux from receiving food and provisions. Finally, at the brink of death of starvation, members of the tribe fought back, resulting in the Dakota War of 1862. In the end, President Lincoln ordered 38 Dakota men to die from hanging, as he felt that Thanksgiving offered an opportunity to bridge the hard feelings amongst natives. How the fuck does that even make sense?
Now let's hang our asses and let's eat.
Yeah. President Lincoln ordered 38 men to die from hanging. And
all Indian, all Native Americans.
Indians, yeah. Yes, that's correct. Native Americans. And he felt that Thanksgiving offered an opportunity to bridge the hard feelings amongst natives and the federal government.
Change the name of the
so he's like, yeah, I know we just killed your homies, but we're cool, right? Like, I brought cornbread.
I want these blankets.
So according to Dr. Mosteller, we get to that. Don't worry. According to Dr. Mosteller, it was propaganda.
Yeah.
It was to try and build this event so that you could have a deeper narrative about community building and coming together in shared brotherhood and unity. While the Thanksgiving celebrated today may not have complete factual roots, Native Americans, Europeans, and other cultures across the world have held festivals and special meals in gratitude for bountiful harvest and to reflect on the past year. Many across Indian country continue. See, they said Indian country. Why can't I say Indian?
They can say it.
Okay,
no,
you're right. I get it. It's their word.
I can say
Indian. You didn't say Indian. You said
Indians. Yeah.
You said it.
You're talking about trains. Yeah, I was talking about trains.
Can we add eyes for Indian people?
That's what they are. They're Indian. I mean,
so we have BLCs and eyes.
Because you don't go to a Native American reservation. You go to an Indian reservation.
Right.
That's true.
But you also don't go to an Indian reservation.
No, you don't.
So I say that. See, so let me explain. Let me give you a little context. Okay. The reason I say that as opposed to Indian is because my thinking is Indian people are from India. So if I say Indians, then you automatically know I'm talking about American Indians.
I was thinking about, a big block 350.
When you said that, all I heard was Bugs Bunny going 1 little 2 little 3 little.
Nothing racist about that. So,
remember he was shooting them.
Yes, I do remember that now that you mentioned it. I'd like to edit all of this segment.
Killed Indians.
Oh, man.
So a lot of people, and like I said, across the world, they continue these traditions by simply sharing a meal with friends and loved ones without referencing it as a true Thanksgiving. A lot of people don't acknowledge it as Thanksgiving. They say, I'm going to get together with family, and it's going to be about sharing the meal, but we're not going to acknowledge the Mayflower and the Pilgrims.
Yeah.
It's holding. Who says that? Did people really say, Fred, has anyone ever said this to you, this exact thing? I'm going to get together with family, and it's going to be about sharing a meal, but we're not going to acknowledge the Mayflower and the Pilgrims because it's holding up a false moment of friendship and completely disregards the genocide and the mass land theft and brutality that all Native Americans experience.
That's what they do, though, because every year our kids are going to come home with fucking little Pilgrim hats and little Indian hats and talking about the Mayflower and all this bullshit, and it's fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
How have they gotten away with that for so long?
I'm going to watch the Cowboys lose.
Yeah. And the Redskins or the Commanders never play on Thanksgiving.
Well, there's a reason.
There's a reason why.
So
come on now.
Let's talk about
Plymouth. Why they call it his story.
Let's talk about Plymouth and the Pilgrims. This is short. Textbooks often indicate that the Pilgrims settled in Plymouth, Massachusetts because a harsh winter was approaching, or a storm set them off course from their original Virginia destination. Winter's onset could not have been the reason, however, winter's onset cannot have been the reason, however, for the weather would be much milder in Virginia than in Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. That's true. Moreover, the Pilgrims spent 6 full weeks until December 26th scouting around Cape Cod looking for the best spot, says Loa Wen, and he wrote in his book, Lies My Teacher Told Me.
Yeah.
The Dutch possibly, okay, so here we go. Now we got the Dutch in this. And it says the Dutch, so I can say that. The Dutch possibly brought, can I do the voice? No. Yeah, maybe.
Sure.
The Dutch possibly bribed the Mayflower's captain to sail north a good distance from New Amsterdam in present-day New York. Some historians, is that, I don't know. I think it's Swedish.
That's pretty good.
Actually, I don't believe that. I don't believe.
Some historians believe their arrival on Cape Cod was purposeful.
Blame the Dutch.
They're blaming the Dutch.
Blaming the Dutch. Screw 'em.
Dutch ain't did nothing to nobody.
The Dutch have engineered all this behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's all the Dutch's fault.
Behind their
Fucking wood shoe wearing.
Yeah, and their windmills. The windmills are just signs to tell people what to do.
Tulipville have an ass.
So historian George Willison has argued the Pilgrim leaders, wanting to be far from Anglican control, never planned to settle in Virginia. They had debated the relative merits of Guyana in South America versus the Massachusetts coast, and according to Willison, they intended a hijacking. Certainly, the Pilgrims already knew quite a lot about Massachusetts, what Massachusetts could offer them, from fine fishing along Cape Cod to the wonderful plague, which offered an unusual opportunity for an English settlement. So let's talk about that.
So they knew about they had smallpox on the boat.
Well, prior to European arrival, Fred, America's indigenous did not experience illnesses attributed to livestock, overcrowding, or poor hygiene.
Right.
Residents of Northern Europe and England rarely bathed, gross, believing it was unhealthy, and rarely removed all of their clothes at one time, believing it was immodest.
Oh, my
The
God.
Pilgrims smelled bad to the Indians. Damn.
Yeah.
Squanto.
They knew they was coming before they hit
Yeah,
the
they were like, oh, shit.
in the land. Hey, something's in the air, man.
What
Something bad's coming. Something bad's coming.
So Squanto tried without success to teach them to bathe. According to Feeney Ziner, his
Squanto,
biographer.
isn't he the guy that lives in Mars? That lived in that guy's stomach.
Squanto.
Oh, okay.
So close.
Squanto.
Okay.
Maybe he was named after him.
Quaid.
Yeah, exactly. That guy.
So, in fact, 3 years before the Pilgrims landed, English and French fishermen transmitted diseases to the tribes as they came ashore to find fresh water, firewood, and capture Native Americans for slave trade. God,
Jesus
damn, we got
Christ.
history.
And they called the Native American savages.
right. Within
Jesus.
within 3 years, the plague wiped out between 90 and 96% of the inhabitants of coastal New England.
Jesus.
The native societies were devastated. Only the 20th person is scarce left alive. It says so. Basically, 1 out of 20, or 1 out of 20 would live. Who wrote Robert Cushman, an English eyewitness, recording a death rate unknown in previous human experience.
Man.
Those who did survive left their communities to join others, bringing the illnesses along with them. This caused many Native Americans to perish, even though they had not encountered Europeans. Once the Pilgrims did arrive in 1620, it just started. It made it worse.
You know what? I'm just gonna go to work on Thanksgiving. This is making me
Right now, I feel like,
I don't even want to. I'm going to fucking work.
I don't care.
I ain't gonna take the day off,
Syphilis
man.
Day. I don't care.
Syphilis Day. It was smallpox.
I don't care. It's all day.
So basically, it looks like they took this advantage of all these people dying to steal their land.
It's their land, yeah.
So they're like, once they died and went to go find help from other Indians, Native
Which
Americans,
spread the disease.
right? They were like, oh, you're not here? Mine now.
Yeah.
All 5Zs on this entire island.
Yeah.
And so that's how they took over. So then they go into the story of
Cold-blooded.
Squantos.
That's what we do.
Let's talk about Squanto.
That's what
No.
humans do, man. That's
They are. We are. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, how about this? So Squanto, which we were just talking about from
Yeah.
Total Recall, the story of Squanto, a member of the Wampanoag tribe, is
Wampanoag.
much less innocent than the narrative that he assisted the Pilgrims with teaching them how to grow crops and take advantage of North America's bounties. Oh, okay, like good stuff.
Yeah.
6 years before the Mayflower arrived in present-day Massachusetts, a slave trader captured Squanto and a group of Native Americans. With help from the Catholic Church, he escaped and found his way to England, where he learned English, eventually returning to North America in 1619. While he was overseas, New England's indigenous experienced monumental death rate, with some communities losing everybody to these fucking white people diseases.
While they were in England.
While he was gone. While he was in
gone.
England, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So when he got back to North America, he went to his village of Patuxet. His real name was Tisquantum.
And it was
Found
gone.
only, oh my God, dude, this is so fucked up. he found only piles of bones of his fellow tribesmen killed by the plagues. He realized he was the sole survivor of the village, and the illness spread so quickly that many local tribes never even had time to bury their dead.
Jeez.
So apparently during this time, they lost 75% of their people, while a nearby enemy tribe, the Narragansett, did not. So Wampanoag leader Massayote saw the Pilgrims as possible allies against the other Indians.
Right.
Due to his English-speaking abilities, Massayote told Squanto, used Squanto as a translator, though he did not trust Squanto and held him as a prisoner the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided he would rather, instead of being a prisoner, he decided he would try to help the Pilgrims survive.
He's a white man's Indian.
Oh, man, that's crazy. So, yeah.
He's
so there
a house Indian. He's a house Indian. That's crazy, man. So, yeah, he tried. Well, I mean, to Squanto.
However, it gets crazier now. So he crossed the Atlantic probably 6 times, blah, blah, blah. The Pilgrims celebrated their successful harvest in 1621 by shooting their guns in the air, which caused the Massayote to bring together warriors and prepare for a battle. Instead of fighting, they worked together the Pilgrims and the Massayote the Wampanoag and Pilgrims worked together to prepare a feast. In an article published by Indian Country Today in 2011, Thanksgiving Day is a time of grief for Native Americans. Many natives continue to gather at Coles Hill near Plymouth Rock and remember the losses experienced for the past 400 plus years through the National Day of Mourning. That's crazy.
That is crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. I always knew Thanksgiving was a jip, man.
Every single holiday is a jip.
There's always
everything but Black Lincoln Collective Day.
Right. That's it.
maybe we should petition to change Thanksgiving to Black Lincoln Collective Day.
Hey, I don't think it'll catch on, but
couldn't hurt.
Couldn't hurt.
Well, in fairness, we haven't caught on yet, Fred. So we're 117 episodes in.
It'll go down in history with the 13th month calendar.
Yeah. We could probably add it, right? What if we made the whole 13th month Black Lincoln Collective?
It'll be, instead of SOL, SOL, it'll be BLC. Yeah. Block. It's Block month. It's the first day of Block.
So that's what we've learned about
terrible
Thanksgiving. And
well,
now,
I mean, you think about it. You know, the Pilgrims got here, but they already had been settlers here for almost 200 years. You know,
right?
Yeah. But like, not the Pilgrims. Right. Like they were other settlers, but like the quote unquote Pilgrims.
The settlers were businesses. It was like, for example, Columbus,
they were like, they got tobacco and they got
East Indian Trading Company.
So it was like, for example, Walmart.
Indian Spice
was
Girls
like,
company.
hey, go to the Americas and
and rustle me up some of them.
Yeah,
them chickens.
Them chickens.
That's the thing. Chickens are a thing. Because, like, didn't they not have cows or something? There was something they didn't have in England that we gave them.
No, I think it was turkeys. It was turkeys. I think it was turkeys.
They took our turkeys.
Yeah, they did a skit like that on SNL where they were like, the guy came back from the Americas to show, like, I think it was Spanish though, but like came back to show him what, he had found. He was supposed to go to India, but ran into the Americas. He was like, well, why didn't you go to India? He's like, we got into the Americas. He's like, well, go around. You go around. He's like, no, but we found these things. And he showed him like the turkey. And he was like, what is this ugly bird with the balls on its neck? You know what I'm saying? He's like, don't show me that. This is terrible. It was so funny. You have to see it though, but it's
sure.
Yeah.
Just like our show.
Yeah, they got basically from us, they got hemp. Hemp came from us.
Really?
You're welcome.
Really? I thought they
from us as in from your people, Alan?
Yeah, from
from the Puerto Ricans or like
Puerto Rico? Yeah. Is that where it started from? Is that where it started from?
Barbecue came from Puerto Rico.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, barbecue came from
I
think a lot of people, that's all.
No, look it up. It did. It was we were the ones that, we dig a hole and put the
smoked meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan smokes a lot of meat.
I used to. Allegedly.
Back in the 90s.
Back in the 90s.
It was a different time,
man.
It was cool back then. It was fine.
It was all right.
So yeah, Fred. So now Thanksgiving. Yes, it's my second favorite holiday now.
Oh,
see, now I can't even make it like in my list because like
dude. Why? It's
because I'm supporting like if I'm like,
you're not. You're not
Thanksgiving is great.
Anything that was thousands of years ago.
I'm supporting President Lincoln, and I can't do that.
Yeah,
wait a second.
We'll be right back with the Black Lincoln Collective Podcast.
President Lincoln did a bunch of good things, and he did that one bad thing. So you can't support him because of that one bad thing.
Well, the one bad thing he did,
Black Andrew Jackson,
the
Black Barack Obama,
the Black Donald Trump podcast, the Black Trump Collective. We get a whole new audience.
We gotta change our names.
We blow up.
Oh my God!
Not a good way. Literally blow up.
The Black.
No. Has there been any other presidents that had an L in their name? I don't think so.
Lyndon Johnson.
No.
Yeah, the Black Lyndon.
I like the Black Johnson.
The Black Johnson.
I like that. That's got a ring to it.
Black Johnson. Collective.
I love it.
The Black Johnson Collective.
That's officially the host.
Look, all these Black Johnsons surrounding this little white girl.
Yeah.
I love it. So yeah, man, that sucks, dude.
Oh,
no, it's not, okay, so it's not that he did the one bad thing; it's that he was like, kill those motherfuckers, and then was like, oh, now that they're dead, on the anniversary of their death, let's party.
It's tit for tat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we killed your people, but y'all ain't ate in about a month. So look what we got for you. So,
so here's a sandwich.
Are you going to complain? Are you going to complain? Yeah. So let's cut the fighting out for today.
Right.
Let's eat. Enjoy each other's company, and we'll go back to killing tomorrow.
And they gave him turkey, and they hung 10 more when they fell asleep. He's like, let's get 10 more.
Yeah, that
like rub
that chicken fan hit him.
Rub your stinky balls on Squanto's mouth. All of you. You got them all. They knew it. They knew it all along. They're like, finally. They're like, undress almost. Just enough. Like, make him taste your earlobes. Anyway, so that's what's happening. Guys, next week is going to be awesome. We are doing a special presentation of a Thanksgiving conspiracy. It's going to be
all Thanksgiving all month long. Yeah. That's
right. Hey, well, Fred, when you run out of material, you got to use what you got.
Yeah,
hey, guess what? It was National Nacho Day earlier this week.
National
Nacho Day earlier this
Nacho
week.
Day.
Yeah, and it was the one day that my kid was like, I don't want nachos. And I was like, it's the one day we're supposed to have them. And she's like, I don't want nachos. I want a peanut butter sandwich. I was like, there's no National Peanut Butter Sandwich Day, bitch.
I bet you there is.
There probably is. It's probably like a week.
10 days later, he hung him.
Yeah. all the kids with Peter allergies hate that day. They hate that day.
That's why we celebrate it now. It's a National Peanut Butter Sandwich Day. Does exist? Oh my god! Oh, it's Peanut Butter and Jelly Day.
Everything exists now. They got a day for everything.
National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day is April 2nd.
Actually, National Peanut Butter Days for me is every day.
Right.
Every day.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
Me and the dog.
Did you know that that's a breakfast thing?
Peanut butter and jelly?
Breakfast?
Yeah, it says the iconic National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day is celebrated on April 2nd to honor its role in making the best American breakfast and lunch sandwiches. Gross.
I mean, I make them all time. I mean, I make them in the morning, but I eat them in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's any time of day. Any time of day food, man.
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know.
Peanut butter and jelly, man.
Yeah, it's peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly time.
How can you go wrong?
I don't know. You can't. You can. You can if you have a peanut allergy.
That's a you problem.
It's like every April 2nd of every year, 1,000 people with peanut allergy. It's the fucking Indian massacre of peanuts.
Going around just throwing peanut butter sandwiches at people.
It's the Donald Trump of peanut butter sandwiches. It's like, this is the day we can officially kill all the people with peanut butter. On quote unquote accident
for free.
I'm telling you, that's one thing I'm glad I don't have to deal with.
Yeah, peanut butter allergies. Yeah.
Peanut butter's good.
Yeah, peanut butter.
I hate it. You know what's better though?
What's that?
Ending the show.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. It's never better.
I heard a thing about like a kid that had peanut butter allergy and like never had, you know what I'm saying, peanut stuff because he couldn't.
Right.
And he was at like school one day and like kid had a Reese cup and he was just like
chomping on
fucking looks so good. And he just like he shoved it in his mouth.
Ate it?
Yeah, he ate it. He had his EpiPen on deck.
He's ready.
You know what I'm saying? So he just wanted to taste it. You know what I'm saying? He's like he risked death. You know what I'm saying?
It is a Reese cup.
You're right for a Reese cup. You know what I mean? That was like so good though. Like
that sounds like my kids. I found today a stash of Reese cups they hid in a box.
Oh, did they forget about them? Like,
no, they didn't know. They were purposely in there, and it was just Reese cups. Because I was like, "We're chugging those Reese cups," and they were like, "Nothing." And I'm like, "What's over there behind that? What's behind the couch?" I'm like, nothing. I opened it up. It's a shoebox full of fucking Reese cups from Thanksgiving.
Oh my!
Halloween.
Yeah.
I was like, "How dare you?"
That's it.
To this show.
They knew dad was gonna fuck them
Well,
up.
I was like, "Oh, we have to confiscate this for evidence."
Usually, you have to hide the candy from the kids. They got to hide the candy from you.
Honestly, this year has been very different. Still, so it's been great. It's been a great year. I can't wait till Thanksgiving. I can't wait to tell my kids that they cannot celebrate this for what they think the teacher says.
Tell them the truth, man. Tell your kids the truth about Thanksgiving. It's not all, glitz and glamour. It's not, it's not the horn of plenty that they tell you about it. Yeah, the cornucopia. That's not what it is. You know what I'm saying?
You're talking to people that 90% of them fight on Thanksgiving.
Let them know about the blood that was spilled over that turkey.
Let them know that the cranberry sauce represents Indian blood.
Yeah.
And the chunks are guts.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All right, guys. We're going to get out of here. We're going to let you ruminate on Thanksgiving for a week. And then next week, we'll come back with the show that's 100% dedicated to the greatest Thanksgiving. We're going to forget this just like we forget everything else. All right, guys. Well, we're out of here. We'll see you next week on a brand new episode of the Black League Collective Podcast. BLC, you Indians in hell.
Oh my God.
We are laughing. And we are very good friends. Good buddies, sharing a special moment. Yeah.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Just hang loose, blood. She's gonna catch up on the rebound on the med side.
Oh, what a day. What a day.
Well, that's all, folks.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Goddamn hip. Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
As you know, I'm a man of special needs.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.